Yeah, what's up, Guru Nation? Welcome to Factually Opinionated. I'm your host, Zay. Today's topic is, drum roll please, Black Lives Matter versus All Lives Matter. It's time we take the final nail and put it in a coffin. So let's give it up for the one and only, Mo Free.
Hashtag Black Lives Matter. Hashtag All Lives Matter. That's all I've been seeing on Facebook for the last 2 months. All I've been seeing trending on social media, Twitter, Instagram. It seemed like these two groups or organizations or whatever you want to call them been kind of beefing or kind of arguing against each other. Both of them got a legit point. Me personally, I'm not involved with neither organization, nor am I a part of neither organization. I'm not against neither organization either. I understand exactly where the All Lives Matter people are coming from, and I understand where the Black Lives Matter people are coming from and what they mean. So today I'm about to break it down. I'm about to give it to you. I'm about to put the final nail in the coffin. Let's start off with All Lives Matter. All lives really does. Let me reference Michael Vick. Put it like this. A couple years ago, Michael Vick spent about 23 months in jail because he was involved in some kind of dog fighting thing to where he killed a couple dogs. A lot of people were protesting against the brutality and the death of animals. A lot of people was outside holding a sign that said, you know, dog killer and dog life matter and dog justice. And stuff like that. It was actually people protesting and standing outside the courthouse hoping and wishing that this man go to jail for a long time because he was involved in some kind of dog fighting thing where dogs died. A couple months back at the Cincinnati Zoo, do anybody recall a gorilla dragging a boy in some water? Yes. Guess what happened to that gorilla? The zookeeper, they killed that gorilla. You know why? Because that gorilla life wasn't worth as much as the human life. But guess what? Some people was on social media and was actually protesting, saying that they should never kill that gorilla. That gorilla had no business losing his life. Actually, 4,000 people signed a petition saying that anytime an endangered species is harmed or killed or have some kind of death, the person that's responsible for the endangered species death should do time or should be charged with some kind of crime. It's obviously dog lives matter. It's obviously gorilla lives matter, and it's obviously when they say all, they mean animals too. So yeah, all lives does matter. In fact, in 2014, 51 officers were killed. In 2015, 41 officers were killed. This is 95% of the time, the person that killed the officer either went to jail for murder or died. Out of all, okay, so when David Clark say blue lives matter, of course blue lives matter, you idiot. Every time a cop get killed, you know, somebody go to jail for it or somebody die for it, somebody pay the price for it. Statistics show 95% of the time somebody pay the price for killing the officer. And this is the statistics from the FBI. Go look it up, buddy. I can go on and on with examples and facts proving that all lives matter, but at this point, it's stupid because nobody's questioning whether all lives matter or not. So for people to put hashtag all lives matter, it makes no sense to me because no one is questioning that. How do we say all lives didn't matter? Go ahead, I'll wait. Tell me. So here's why people say all lives matter. All lives matter is comfortable. It refocuses the systematic racism that exists in the United States today. You know, saying the word Black Lives Matter is uncomfortable because it reminds America that we still have racial issues that we're dealing with. There's no need for us to run from the issues at hand. The truth is that some people feel like black lives doesn't matter as equally to other lives. Up to 1865, black people was considered 3/5 human. No one started saying all lives matter till people started saying Black Lives Matter. And the people that saying Black Lives Matter aren't asking you to choose between Black Lives Matter and All Lives Matter. It don't have to be a choice. Just like at a breast cancer awareness rally, no one came to a breast cancer rally and said, hey, what about colon cancer? No one went to a gay rally and a gay pride and said, hey, what about straight people? What about transgenders? No one did that. So the fact that people do All Lives Matter and Black Lives Matter rally is really evil and stupid. It just shows the inbred racism that black people deal with on a day-to-day basis in America. Don't get caught up in the media. It's not a war against blacks and white. Don't make it about race. Don't make it about my race against your race. Black people don't like white people. Some of you guys are being misled by the media. Some of you guys are watching too much of the news. Just keep it simple. The Black Lives Matter is not a war on cops. It's just a war on injustice. So anytime a cop kills somebody, you know, a guy who doesn't have a gun, whether he's black or white, the Black Lives Matter movement feel like the cops should be prosecuted to the maximum extent. It's as simple as that. Anytime a cop locks up somebody and put false charges on them and is found guilty of doing this, we feel like the cops should go to jail for it. That's simply what the Black Lives Matter movement is about. And the most beautiful thing about the Black Lives Matter movement is that they got Hispanics out there marching, it's white people out there marching, it's Mexicans out there marching, it's Latinos out there marching. It's people of all different race and demographic, the smart people, because the smart people see what the police are doing in the United States. Now, not all cops are bad, but a lot of them are. And some of the good ones that's keeping their mouth closed, I would consider those bad cops too. So it's a war against injustice, justice versus injustice. It's a war against good and evil. That's all it is. It's not a war against black and white. So please don't make it out to be a black and white thing. Dr. King's famous quote is, "Injustice anywhere is a threat on justice everywhere." Cops killed at least 3 people a day in 2016. We live in a place where cops don't kill. Cops do not have to kill. But they killing people at an alarming rate. You guys seen my 8-year-old son in the video. I should be talking to him about sex and school and money and stuff like that. But instead, I'm talking to my son about how to behave when you get pulled over, how to behave around cops, how to not get angry around cops, how to not make the wrong moves when you're around the police. I'm talking to my son about how to survive at the age of 9. And every black dad in America is doing the same thing. That's crazy. Something has to change. And although I'm not part of the Black Lives Matter movement, I really respect what they do. This is the second civil rights movement. The first civil rights movement was about 40 years ago. That's over with and done. But this is the second civil rights movement. And it's very powerful. More than 70% of all cops killing are done by a race outside of black folks. But on the other hand, black people die in the hands of cops twice as much as any other race. Twice as much as all the races combined. Well, no need to be the dead horse. It's your boy Mo Pre. Like, comment, do what you want to do. I don't care. I'm out. Oh, P.S. Before I leave, I know somebody gonna say I didn't address the black on black crime. If I'm gonna address the black on black crime, I have to address the husband on wife crime. I have to address the white on white crime. I have to address the Mexican on Mexican crime. I have to address the Latinos on Latinos crime. I have to address the terrorists on terrorist crime. I have to address the drugs on drugs crime. I have to address the animal on animals crime. So that's why I didn't discuss black on black crime. When you put people or things in the same area, they tend to intertwine with each other, and there's going to be crime. So yeah, don't be stupid. I'm out.
I would like the video. See you later.
Drum roll, please.